everybody, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Today we have Kingdom of the White Wolf. This is it's a NatGeo, National Geographic series. Actually, it's not just one-off. But it's only one season and it's only 3 episodes, so it's not really that long. They're about 45 minutes each. It's from 2019, so maybe they're already working on a second season. Who knows? Considering this is the ultimate effort in social distancing, the guy Ronan Donovan is his name, who's documenting this, can't get much further away from other humans when you're out in this wilderness. This is literally, the series documents the lives of the white wolves who are barely 500 miles away from the North Pole and more than 850 miles away from any form of real civilization. So that's pretty far out there. You can't get much further away. So we got a screaming child in the background. I don't know if you can hear that. Holy cow. Stop it. Anyway, neighbors. Anyway, it's just breaking my concentration. The White Wolves, Ronan heads out there with they survey the land. They see where there might be packs of animals here and there, and he picks a certain one with a mother with 2 newborn cubs and a dad and an older sister. And just by observing them, they can figure that out, how they're all related. Except for some basic discoloring of their white fur, they all look the same to me. Sorry, wolves. I don't know. He decides to set up camp about a half mile away from them, and he observes all their movements, how they hunt, how they feed, how they just get around, how they're even shedding. And the pups they're born blind and deaf. I think they're helpless for the most part, but they're super fuzzy once they get a little bit grown, and they're always wanting to play. They're always wanting to explore. Of course, they have to stay really close to the mom and the camp they've created. And when mom heads out, well, big sister babysits, or dad babysits. But most of the time, dad and big sister are off hunting, looking for food. And that sometimes means facing off with some bison that are about 10 times their size and weight. They're massive, just monstrous creatures. They survived the last extinction event on this planet, which took out the mammoths and the saber-tooth cats and the dire wolves, which I thought was just a Game of Thrones thing, but no, there were giant wolves, I guess, back then. Anyway, this bison survived. And by the way, this whole area that is 500 miles away from the North Pole is an island. It's an island. How do they get there? Well, that's evolution of the many generations. Somehow, there probably wasn't always an island, so they moved in, and their chances of survival are super low. If they can't take down a bison, what do they got to eat? Sometimes birds, but birds can pretty much get out of their way. Just a couple flaps and they're gone. So it's slim pickings most of the year, but that period of time is called summer, and it lasts just a few weeks, maybe a few months. Well, it doesn't last long enough, but it's nonstop sun at that point of the year. When Ronan is talking about, he keeps a log of what's happening, and he's taking photos, he's shooting video from a distance. He sets up a little blind so it looks like they can't really see him, and he's like, 3 a.m. or 1:30 a.m. This is what's happening, and it's broad daylight. He has to put on sunblock to keep from getting a sunburn in the Arctic at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, it's a very short period of time in which they have to see sunlight, because after that it's darkness. We don't get to that point in this first episode. I only watched one episode, but you get to see Ronan as he attempts to observe their work observe their lives without interfering, and that's really difficult because they can smell him, and some of them are curious, and some of them are just a little freaked out. You have to understand that these wolves never even have heard a gunshot or been caught in a trap or had to deal with humans ever. So they don't really have fear of them. They don't even know what to make of Ronan. So Mom is trepidatious more than anybody. She's a little anxious because they smell plastic, they smell whatever this foreign stuff is, this creature that's sort of watching them from a distance. Makes her nervous. You can tell by the way she moves that she's anxious. Big sister and dad, well, they try to move downwind and get a better angle on Ronan, and so it's kind of neat to see how they interact and how they assess the threat. At the same time, Ronan is observing them and seeing if he's causing more trouble than is worth staying there. And yeah, well, I'm not gonna tell you how it turns out, but it builds to a bit of a, not a confrontation, but it builds to a major choice that needs to be made. And the crazy thing is they show you what's going to happen in the next episode, and that, I was just like, I might have to come back for that one. I don't really have time to watch everything, but I mean, you have to understand, I'm closing in on almost 300 new things I've never seen before on Disney+, so I got to do one a day. There's a lot of stuff I want to catch up on. This came out of left field. It's fascinating. It is some beautiful nature photography. It is just untouched wilderness, and it's kind of great to have a look at a world that we don't physically touch, but we still have a humongous impact on, between climate change and how we handle things. Their terrain, their weather is impacted by the choices we make. The Arctic is warmer than it's ever been in recorded history and beyond, I'm sure, because ice age, everything else. But it's things are changing, and the animals don't know. The wolves, the bison, the birds, they don't know how to handle it when suddenly it's freezing at a time when it should be warm, when they should be rutting or giving birth, and it suddenly shuts everything down, or it's suddenly warm when they figure they should be hibernating. It's not something that they natively understand how to prepare for. And so by our actions, even though we don't even get to see this world besides what we've seen here, I know I'm not going up there. I'm not probably never going to go up there, but it'd be cool. But we're still, by not even going there, we're still impacting their lives. So they're endangered, and they've all they got, and we have a tendency to screw things up for everybody, don't we? Anyway, if you're into this kind of thing, this wilderness photography and a world that's untouched by man, you should probably give this a shot. The Kingdom of seems to be a series or episodes. I'm not sure, because there's a few other things that are the Kingdom of the and on these lists. So one of them, let me check what that is. There we go. We have like Kingdom of the Apes, Kingdom of the Blue Whale, things like that, or alphabetically. That's what I'm seeing here. But yeah, might be worth checking out if you want to see parts of the world we don't get to see. And the White Wolf is one of them. So yeah, you could blow through this in probably a little under 3 hours and learn a lot. So here we go. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. Maybe. There we go.
603.
Ooh, big jump. 603. Would have been great to be in the 500s because I know it's there. But 603. Ha! All right. Well, we haven't had these yet. There's two versions of this film. We're getting the classic, the original, from 1961. We are getting The Parent Trap. Yep, The Parent Trap. So that's what's the name of the girl? She was in a bunch of other things. Well, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, we'll recognize her pretty quickly. The Parent Trap from 1961, not the 1998 version. That's the one with Lindsay Lohan. We want the non-Lindsay Lohan one from 1961. The Parent Trap on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow.